Hello, welcome to McBoss Capital channel. I'm Michael Chu. Today is October 4th, 2024. We are going to talk about some of the top leading growth stocks here and how they've been acting this week. And the market recap video, if you guys want to listen to that, please go find that video. We talk about basically how the market indexes are acting very well. We got tested on Tuesday with some of the Iran and Israel news. And then on Friday, we had a turnaround with the jobs report. Now, the one thing I didn't like about Friday's move was that the index moved up on lower volume. But, you know, with that being said, a lot of leading growth stocks are acting well. And, you know, as we start to go through some of the growth stocks here, you will see that a lot of them are moving to new highs. So to me, that's more important than the index, because that's what we ultimately, at least for me, that's how I trade. I trade leading growth stocks. So that matters more to me. Yeah. With that being said, yeah, if you like any of this, please subscribe and like the video, and have any comments, feel free to add. Let's start with Palantir. This stock is quite amazing right now. We see this bottom here. It ran up quite significantly, and then we have this pullback. Then we ran up again right here, and we pull back. So this recent week we have tested this tight lows here, very tight, and then we bounce. And right now, Thursday was probably the first day you could add or buy this position, and then Friday it followed through. So this is very strong action. With this being said, you know, the market is a little bit extended right now, I think. And this could be the last leg up before we have another big pullback. So, you know, especially with so many news coming up, like earnings season and election coming up, you know, and many other news that could, who knows what will come out. Like we're gonna see lots of volatility. It's easy to chase stocks at this moment, is what I'm trying to get at. And then all the charts look really good. Like this one looks really good. You go to the weekly, I mean, it looks like it's just gonna keep going up, right? Like this is what it looks like right now. And they might, but with that being said, you know, they could have pullbacks or one day strong pullback and so forth. And also this could be the last leg, like you know. And so, you know, chasing it can be very dangerous. Like I said, Thursday and maybe even Friday, it's possible to have got into it, but right now it looks a little bit extended from the 10-day, because you can see even here the 10-day, you can see the difference here from here to the close, and here wasn't here to the close. Like eventually it does narrow that gap between the 10-day. So you know, let's see how it acts. But like I said, I think if you missed Thursday, that was a big day for Palantir. I believe it was like let me see here, almost 4.67%. So yeah, anyhow, this is definitely one of the key leading stock right now. All right, this one is DoorDash. So we have this nice breakout right here on this nice cup with handle pattern. And once it did pull back again recently. We're going to see lots of chart patterns that look like this, where you know, it has a slight pullback recently, and then on Friday it came out above all these recent highs here. And so yeah, so this is very healthy. So yeah, it just came out, so it's not too far away yet. And so yeah, but there's potential. The fundamentals are really turning around here. You can see from negatives to positives. So yeah, and this one doesn't look extended yet, right? Obviously we just broke out not that long ago. So this is the early buy point, and then now we tested the highs here as well. So yeah, could move. All right, this one is CAVA. We had this really strong earnings gap up right here. After that, it pulls back and then it sit really tight on the 10-day, and then it bounced off that, and then we tried to test this high. It seems, you know, it definitely have failed there, and then now it pulls back, and then it start to bounce on Wednesday, so that's a pretty good sign. And then on Friday, it did close at the bottom of the range, but it is a gap up in the morning, so that's still a pretty positive move. So we look at the 5-minute bar here. Yeah, so we came up right here on the gap up, and then it really didn't test the morning gap up. You know, well, it tested here, but it didn't really go under it, so that's really good. And then in the middle, by the end of the day, it did test it again, and it obviously went below it, and then it came back up in the last little bit here. So again, it did, like I said, it didn't close at the top, it closed at the bottom of the range, but overall it still hold up the gains. So it looks pretty healthy, and like I said, it's been tested a couple of times now, so hopefully it can hold on here. So here we have Viking cruise type of service. The chart looks pretty good. It's a new IPO, and you can see after this run here, it built a nice base, and obviously test the lows twice, and then this time it came back up, and then now it sits above the short-term moving averages really tightly here, and then it came out Wednesday it started bouncing, and then Thursday is where it came out on this area, and then look at Friday, it followed through really strong, and it break the upper channel line right here, and then now we are near the previous high. So yeah, very healthy. Volume is showing up as well. Go to weekly chart. You can see the fundamentals are improving from negative to positive. And yeah, so the weekly chart looks pretty good as well, and you can see all the volume are starting to come in on the rebound from the lows. Here's Shark Ninja. You can see the chart is pretty crazy. It has moved quite a bit since the IPO. So you can see right here, we feel a base, move up, build another base, then move up right here, build another base, and now we're going again pretty strong. Fundamentals are not too bad, like it is growing. Go to daily chart. Right here is the last breakout zone. We are now 36% away from that. So it came out really strong, and then it digests and goes sideways and touches the 10-day moving average, moves out a little bit, and then now we're in the profit zone, and then it went sideways again, then it moves up again right here, and then same thing, it digests right here, and now we're starting to move again. So yeah, this stock is still going. So here's App Living. This is also another strong stock in the enterprise software world. So we broke out from this base here. It's a base and base here, undercut the previous base, and we talked about this before. And then it tries to come out, but then it pulls back to form this handle right there. And then when it came out, it really strong, and you just keep going. We'll go look at daily chart. So here's the little pullback, and then here's the breakout day right there. You can see the volume really took off right here as it moves up, and that's when you know there's lots of accumulation. And then you can see as it moves up, it hasn't come back to the 10-day, and here's the test here on the 10-day, and then here's the bounce, and it still didn't touch 10-day, and it went kind of sideways for a few days, testing the lows here, very tight action, and then here we go. Thursday we came out. Volume a little bit subsided, and then Friday volume pick up again. Very strong performance. Here's GEV Nova. The fundamentals are growing quite significantly. September, yes, so it's moving up pretty nice here. The stock breakout right here on the base, and then it pulled back once, and then it took off. Really strong performance as well. Looking at the daily chart, you can see this really tight handle here. After it breaks out, it pulls back. This was probably a shakeout day right there. Lots of trading volume, but it closes at the top of the range, and people who sold in the morning probably got shaken out, and then it starts to rise here. It's really kissing the 10-day. Doesn't want to go below it, and then here's another test right here. It was an outside day, and it closed near the top, and then the next day it followed through and gap up, and then here we're starting to go sideways and pulling back, and again it just went in the range here, really tight. Came out on Friday again. Volume also pick up, so that's a good sign. So there's really a big theme going on, like the electric power system, due to AI demand, is really catching on, and just how powerful this subgroup of stocks are. The other one is CEG, and this one, after announcing the news with partnership with Microsoft, that was the gap up day, and it's really continue to show strength. Here's another tightness here as it pulls back. It doesn't want to go straight down. Instead, it just went sideways, and then as the 10-day comes up, it never touches it. And then here we go. We break out right here on Thursday. Volume did come in. Friday it followed through. Really strong technical action. Look at the weekly chart here. So we're roughly about 21% from this buy point right here. This one is another electric related power generation stock in the utility sector, Vistra. You can see it has a huge run previously, and then it built this really big base here, and then here's where kind of like the early entry point, and then you can see it has really taken off since then. Go to the daily chart. This is the lower entry point right here around that area, and then we have this really big gap up one day. I'm not sure there's any news there, probably. Oh yeah, it might be related to the CEG news. And then it broke out, and again as it pulls back, it just went sideways instead of going down, and then as soon as it rebounds right there, it took off. This is Vertiv VRT in the electrical power equipment area. This is a nice cup with handle right here, very tight action right here. Then it came out on Wednesday. Well, it moved up on Wednesday, and then Thursday it kind of break the upper channel line here, and then it did close near the lows, and then Friday it followed through. So the volume is a little bit light, but so far it looks, the follow through day is very important, and it seems to follow through after the breakout, so that's good news. Alright, here's the spreadsheet that where we track the performance of some of the growth stocks I follow from since September 5th. This column, so right here is the price performance. You can see FUTU Chinese stock doing really well, because of the Chinese market right now. It really jumped a lot in the last week or so, and This highest date means it reached a new high on that date. So October 4th is yeah, since September 5th this has reached the highest. And then we have daily and weekly RS right here. So we want to pay attention to all three usually, but sometimes, you know, but this is very important, like daily and weekly RS. It basically means they're closing in at the top of the range and so forth. So yeah, so we're gonna just quickly go through this. I'm not gonna show the chart or anything unless I see something that I feel like it's important to mention, but we already went through some of the more important ones. We have VST, which we already talked about, JD, GCT, BTD. Then we have POWL, MNSO, WGS, AGX, KRNT. Then we have also ATAT, this is a Chinese hotel. TME, that's also Chinese, yeah. Then we have YMM, CCJ, Pi, Coherent, that one seems to be also doing well. Alcoa, ALAB, RH, Duolingo, QFIN, STRL, EDU. I'm going to skip over the ones we already talked about. CRDO, BHVN, Fix, HROW, SIM, CORT, BYRN, Security, LB, CLS, LSPD, MNSO, that's American Semiconductor, Blue Owl, Investment, HIMS, KGS, LWAY, BGNE, ARCT, and NM, AMD. We talked about that in the main market video. ASTH, ANET, ASND, FCX, SCCO. The minings are doing really well because of the Chinese market, kind of spurring up demand potentially. Snap, ODD, SPRY, ADMA, and MNSC, SC. SC is also doing well. TPG, Vital, ASTH, EME, FTAI. Shopify, yeah, it's moving up as well. Orbi, Upstart, CISO, GTN, NRG, Power, HCI, Nvidia, Audio I, JXN, CRS, Hood, Docs 4, Chef, Oracle, IBKR, BYGR, BKTX. So the Lily and Novartis, they're not doing so well right now, and BKTX is just sitting around. They're all related to the obesity drugs. XLX, HRI, KVYO, NAMS, Biotech, BBW, STEP, HLNE, SoFi, Exxon, CORT, AR, BVN, UCT, BRN. So yeah, like I'm not gonna go through most of this. The ones that I already mentioned at the beginning of this video is really the ones that I feel like, you know, are the really strong leaders. And of course there's lots of stocks that are also moving up. I think the most important thing is yeah, I don't know if market will, you know, have a slight pullback. Thursday, Friday was really like, I mean, Thursday, I don't even count Thursday as a strong day, but Friday for sure because of the job report. The question is, can this continue is the question. Because prior to that, I think the market was like easily moved down and a lot of stocks give up pretty easily. We're looking at the strongest stocks here, right? We're not, I'm sure there's lots of stocks that are pretty getting weaker as well. So we kind of have to look at both sides. I know if you just buy a few stocks, it's easy to just say, oh yeah, these few stocks are doing well, and therefore, you know, you are bullish, and that's okay. But just understand, when there's a pullback in the general market, we are going to give up gains very fast. So I'm not going to be as aggressive here because we are in the latest leg of this rally, I feel. So I will have very tight stop if I do get into any of the stocks here that I mentioned. and also like, you know, but it also could be the most profitable too, because sometimes the last leg of the rally could be very strong, and we're seeing some of that right here, like Palantir, we saw that like really strong. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. Until next time, please like or subscribe.